Oh, hey there, it's Laurie Lynnsee, and this is today's Love and Light message from Spirit. Today is Friday, and I know it's like the middle of March. Oh, it's the 20th. It's the Spring Equinox. Happy Spring Equinox. I posted a little learning on the Spring Equinox, and the spiritual meaning of the Spring Equinox is balance. Equinox is balance. It's the equal number of hours of daylight and darkness. And spiritually, we're always working on that balance. We've got so many birds. Yeah, it's definitely spring around here. And if you know about spring in the upper Midwest, we have a lot of false springs, and we're probably in a false spring because it's only March. We have several false springs before the real spring that lasts like a day, and then boop, boop, it's summer and it's hot and it's sweaty. But a lot of birds are back. We did just have a massive snow dump that was, I would say, about a half a foot of snow last weekend. Most of that is gone. My yard is now brown again because it's always brown in the winter, and then it immediately greens up once the temperature rises. So, yeah. Somebody mentioned that I have a lot of orbs around me, and I'm thinking I just saw an orb go around me. I wasn't going to talk about orbs, but orbs can be your spiritual guides around you. It could be your higher self. Yeah, so I got that going for me. So today I'm going to do some writing. I figured out yesterday that we are probably in the number of chapters we've written for our second book, we're in the 40s, and it's really starting to roll. I think this entire book is going to take place over less than a week's period of time. Right now, we're working on day 3. Day 3 is going to come to an end soon, and we'll start writing about day 4. But there's a lot happening. It's very fast. There's a ton of spiritual stuff like visions. We have new characters that are kind of fun and funky, some that I really relate to, and some that I've really had to do some research on. I did recently reach out. Oh, there's that bird again. I did recently reach out and ask people to share with me about lucid dreaming, and nobody got back to me. So I'm going to put out the call again. If you are a lucid dreamer and you practice lucid dreaming, I would love to talk to you to find out, how I can incorporate that with one of my characters who is not spiritual. There's another orb. Who's not spiritual, but, she doesn't think she's spiritual, but I think we all are spiritual. It's just that we've forgotten, Our soul just needs to remember. So what message do you have for us today, Spirit? What message do you have for us today? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Laurie Lynnsee. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm an author. I have one book published. It's a paranormal mystery. If you're in the Twin Cities area, this Sunday I will be at Once Upon a Crime, which is a great bookstore in Minneapolis. And there's great places around it. So check it out. The CC Club, which is in our first book, is right down the street from where I'm going to be. And then there's a record store right around the corner too. So what message do you have for us today? You can find me at my website. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm an author. I'm a medium, and I do daily messages like this. So like and share and subscribe, follow, whatever system you're on. So if nothing pops out, we'll go off the bottom. And let's see, we're going off the bottom. One thing at a time, one day at a time. Ooh, wow. Focus on a single purpose. Yesterday we had reach for something. Reach for the possible, or reach the unreachable. Isn't that funny how I fanned through the deck and Spirit immediately brought me to that? Because, thanks, Spirit. Guides. One thing at a time. And look at this. Look at those spirit guides. Look at, there's 2 people that are looking at each other. 2 people are looking at each other here. Oh my gosh. And the tapestry. Look at that tapestry. And these windows remind me of, being in the Catholic Church and having those beautiful stained glass windows, but they're not. They're not stained glass windows. I think they're more of these spirit guides watching us. One thing at a time. Find a single purpose. Focus on a single purpose. We're given, our life's purpose, but there's many things that stem off of our life's purpose, and they kind of meld it together. Think back to a day when you were very productive. You were most likely working on just one project, or you were spending all your time, attention, and energy on it. This allows you to focus on the knowledge you need at the time because you had only one purpose in mind. I think as women, we are multitaskers, and I am definitely a multitasker. And as a former educator, you had to be a multitasker or you wouldn't get anything done. And now in retirement, I'm allowed to just focus on what I want to focus on. And I shouldn't have waited for retirement. I shouldn't. I should have been able to focus. But I let distractions come in. Don't let distractions come in, especially with the craziness going on in our world. Try and shut that off. More orbs. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. If you feel you are working hard but not accomplishing much, it could be that you're working on too many projects at once. My spirit guides say that to me all the time. If you want to grow in this area, you need to focus on this area. And you can't keep saying, oh, but I should do some of this and I should do some of this. Just focus on what is right in front of me. Productivity isn't about how busy you are or how fast you work. It's about how much you actually achieve. Success comes from grasping your deeper purpose, not from spreading out to cover too much at once. A good way to build courage is to assure yourself that you have the capacity to attain all that you hoped to achieve. I just discovered somebody on YouTube, and she's phenomenal. It's Spirit Speaks, and she visits important people in history who have passed over. And the other day I was listening to Ruth Bader Ginsburg that she was talking with, and she does comedians too, like Robin Williams. And it's one of those things, it's when I listen and she asks questions of these spirits, I find myself answering as like I know what they're going to say. And I would say 80 to 90% of the time, that answer's coming through to me. If you haven't checked her out, her name is Kim. I don't know what her last name is, but it's Spirit Speaks. And it's Intuitive View, I think it is. Check her out. She is phenomenal. Yeah. And there's so much that the spirit world wants to tell us about what's happening right now. See, now I'm not even focused because that is one of the things that they said, that having a collective focus is what's going to get us out of that. Also, I posted something yesterday about tomorrow, March 25th or March 21st at 12 Eastern, 12 p.m. Eastern. So for me, that's 11 because I'm in the Central, is that for 5 minutes, we focus on love, hope. There's 4 words, and I posted it on at least my Facebook, and I think I've shared it on the Clock app. So do that together. Let's collectively make a change for the collective. Okay, I gotta go. It's 9:27, 9:28, so peace. Let's bring in the calmness and then release. I hope you're all having a blessed day. Love and light. Yeah, guys, I'm almighty.